Greetings and hello, Waynesville Yoga family. How are you? Welcome. My name is Renee and this class is Flow+Align. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's class is going to be a wonderful yin class that's going to focus on stretching out the upper body, stretching out our shoulders, our arms, our upper back, our lower back. We hold so much tension in these areas that we forget from day to day that, sometimes this here can be the source of some of our stress. So we want to make sure that we're taking adequate time to focus on stretching out these muscles, relieving that tension, relaxing our bodies, and really getting ourselves in a place where we are, if you're doing this first thing in the morning, we're more relaxed and have less tension to start our day, or if you're doing it in the evening, we have that time and that space to decompress and relax. So, a couple of notes before we get started today. Props are always a wonderful option for you. As you will see, I don't have any with me today, but I always have what I like to call the big three. It's the yoga blocks, the yoga blanket, and the bolster. They are absolutely wonderful and completely versatile for any type of position you want to get in. So one thing to keep in mind is if you don't even have a bolster, you can substitute that for a couch cushion. If you don't have blocks, you can substitute that for two sturdy small boxes, just anything that's going to hold up your weight and not crush down on. Or you can substitute even books. I'm a little hesitant on books just because they can tend to be a little bit more wobbly than, say, a more sturdy, appropriately sized box, but go with what you have on hand, and if it's stable and it works for you, that's wonderful. And then lastly, of course, the yoga blanket. There is really everything can substitute for that, right? There's no real specific blanket you need to have or use to accomplish what a blanket does, which is fold under, cushion the knees. Also, it's great if you roll it up, use it as a neck roll, or even during Shavasana. If you get cold, just wrap yourself up and get a little extra warm so you're comfortable during your final rest. So the last note I will mention is that during our video practices, there's no music. So if you have a playlist or something that fuels your movement and really makes you excited and want to practice and helps you kind of find focus and get into the flow, definitely turn that on. I highly recommend it. There will be time at the end of practice for you to just engage in some quiet time and rest and relax. But we're going to have a good full 45 minutes here of just some stretching and relaxation and getting our bodies prepped and prepared to either face our day or to go gently into that good night. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and come to your mats, or for this particular practice, you don't even need to have a mat. You can just utilize just a nice soft carpet and have a seat. We're going to begin in easy seat position. So go ahead and cross those legs and come to a nice comfortable seat. If you find you need some elevation, go ahead and sit on your blanket or a block. Sometimes a block can be a little bit uncomfortable to sit on, so you might want to take that blanket and set it over the block just to give yourself a little cushion. If you find you really need a lot of height, grab your bolster. For me today, I'm going to go without it, but this practice, as with all of our practices, they're designed to be your own. So really find what works for your body, what feels most comfortable in your body, and honor that movement. There is no right or wrong here. So go ahead and close your eyes. And if you're not comfortable closing your eyes, just go ahead and lightly just soften your gaze. Start to focus in on the sound of your breath. And start to feel and appreciate the quality of those inhales and exhales. Again, go ahead and inhale and exhale. And if you find you need to take a moment and just a nice big heavy sigh on an exhale, go for it. Just find that organic movement. And of course, in this class, alignment's always really important. So what is our body doing at this moment? We want to make sure that our knees are in a nice, comfortable position. We've got a nice, easy amount of sit on our legs and on our buttocks. So if you find, and by that I mean if you find that your knees are way up here when you try to sit in easy seat, raise up your bum to allow for opening in that hip space. So again, make this practice your own and find what works for your body, but for alignment purposes, you want to have a nice opening in the hips. You want to have a nice long spine from the sacrum all the way up to the crown of the head. And as you center in on your practice and find yourself on this mat today, I invite you to set an intention for your practice. And that intention can be something that allows you or fuels you through this particular moment in time, or if there's something you want to utilize this practice to fuel you for in the next hour, in the next day, before the end of the month, before the end of the year. It's yours and yours alone to own. And I welcome you to just have this time to set that space, find that intention for you. And hands can be on the knees, you can have hands at heart center, or hands can just be gently resting in your lap. Again, there's no right or wrong here. This is just about finding your center, finding your space. On your next inhale, go ahead and bring your arms to the side and then gently exhale. Just focusing in on that tall spine, contracted abs, shoulders back. Make sure shoulder blades are down and back. You're not holding up here. You're just releasing and relaxing. Go ahead and inhale those arms up to the sky. Check those shoulders at the top of that inhale. Are you scrunched? Are you up here? If you are, bring those shoulder blades down and back. Find that extra height in your arms. And then exhale and release on down. Inhale those arms up. What's your default here? Where are you? Do you need to adjust? Exhale down. Beautiful. Now on your next inhale, tall. And then as you exhale, straighten out that right arm and then dip your right ear, or excuse me, dip your left ear towards that left shoulder, getting a nice long line of stretch in that neck and in that shoulder. So just breathe here for a moment and just feel that stretch. Now, if you find that you don't feel it here, go ahead and make whatever micro adjustments you need to make to find that particular position that's going to really emphasize that release in the muscles along the neck and into the shoulder. Beautiful. Breathe here. On your next inhale, take your right arm and just lift it on up. So it's basically shoulder height. And then stretch that arm out on the exhale and then just deepen that neck stretch just a little bit more. Beautiful. And then here, if you find your body needs it, find a little organic movement to identify what the body needs here. And then when you find that position, hold it and breathe. Hold and breathe. Beautiful. And now on your next inhale, go ahead and take that arm and just do a little tiny circle. And then rotate up to the top. And then on your exhale, rotate down to the bottom of that circle. So just little itty bitty circles in one direction. You should be feeling that stretch and that muscle action right in here. Go ahead and find stillness on the next exhale. And then inhale and go in the opposite direction. Beautiful. Go ahead and find stillness and hold and stretch. Then go ahead and take your chin and rotate it up. And back down. And again, go with your range of motion. If this does not feel good to go in the exact range of motion that I'm engaging in, just go to your edge. Don't play any farther than that. This is about relaxation, not about advancing or forwarding. We're releasing those muscles so we can engage in a deeper practice. Beautiful. Now find stillness. Then go ahead and release that arm down and come back to center. Just take a moment and just notice and appreciate how the different sides of the body feel. And go ahead and inhale those arms up, and then exhale. As you exhale, release that left arm down towards the floor, and then dip that right ear towards your right shoulder. Just breathe here and appreciate the stretch. Again, if you're finding that you need a little bit of organic movement here, just to find that spot of the stretch, go ahead and locate it. Beautiful. Just breathe into that space. Allow that release of tension. Just let everything that is, just pulling at you from the day, just release it. Feel that energy, feel that tension, that energy release up the palm of your hand. Beautiful. Breathe here and just enjoy it. Now go ahead and take that arm and just raise it up, shoulder height, stretch it out. Again, just breathe. And again, I invite you to find that neck movement. That might be necessary to help find a little bit of a deeper stretch in that movement. Excellent. And again, alignment purposes, nice contracted abs, nice long line, all the way through your center line. You want to have a nice stretch here, so you want to make sure that you're not hunched over here, because the action is not in the back, the action is in the neck and the shoulders. So align for maximum benefit in the neck and the shoulder. And then on your next inhale, slowly start to move in that circle on up. And then exhale on the down motion. Just little tiny circles. And again, you may find as you start to circle, you may need to adjust your movement a little bit. A little bit more stretch and relaxation out of it. Couple more breaths here. And on your next exhale, find stillness at the bottom. And inhale, go ahead and rotate in the opposite direction. Beautiful. And again, when you move in the opposite direction, you may find you need to adjust a little bit. And keep in mind, the sides are going to be different. You may find a side needs a little bit of extra love and tender care in one area, and the other side needs it in another. Beautiful. Now hold and find stillness. Breathe here. And exhale and bring that arm on down. And again, just take this moment, just notice the quality difference in the shoulder muscles, your chest muscles, and your neck, just from that couple of minutes of just stretching. Beautiful. On your next inhale, go ahead and turn to the right. Just your neck. And on the exhale, go ahead and bring that chin down towards the chest. Inhale up. Exhale, center. Inhale, turn to the side. Exhale on down. Inhale up. And exhale, center. Beautiful. Other side. Now inhale. Turn to the left this time. Remember, I'm not mirroring, so just your natural left. Exhale, roll that chin down to the chest. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, hold. Inhale, turn to the side. Exhale, roll down to the chin. Inhale up. loosen up the back a little bit. We're gonna inhale up. And then as we exhale, we're gonna twist over to our right. It's a nice gentle twist. On the inhale, you're lengthening the spine, and on the exhale, you're engaging in the gentlest of twists. Abs are nice and contracted. Shoulders are down and even. Shoulder blades are down the back. The twisting motion is in the torso, not in the hips. So you're not twisted like this. You're stable here and twisting here. Beautiful. Inhale on up. And exhale to the other side. Same motion. Same action. Where's your default? Always pay attention. Be very mindful in yoga, in your practice. Where is your default and where is your muscle memory leading you to go? Because sometimes when we move from left to right, if we're in asymmetrical poses, or if we're transitioning from one pose to another, our first instinct is to go to that default that we've taught our body. But the thing to keep in mind is that default proper alignment? Is that the right alignment for my body to gain maximum alignment in the position? Now, the posture itself may not look exactly how some of these folks make it look on Instagram. That's not what it's about. It's about how it feels in your body. So when we slow down our practice like we are today, I invite you to really close your eyes and just pay attention to how your body feels. If you don't want to close your eyes, just soften the gaze, but bring your mindful awareness to how your body is feeling in the position. Do I need to adjust? Are my shoulders up by my ears? You know, take this time and those moments. That's the purpose of this class. Taking those times and those moments to notice where your body falls, where your defaults are, reset for proper alignment, and then try to incorporate that into your practice daily, every other day, however often you practice. So you ingrain these habits into your daily posture movement. And it's going to take time. This is not an overnight sensation. Like tomorrow, all of a sudden, you're not going to be like, oh, I'm not shredding my shoulders. It doesn't work like that. But enjoy what you're feeling now. Bring your mindful awareness back to it when you can. You know, every day is a different day for practice, and every day, you know, sometimes we just have different goals for our practice. But these are minor tips and techniques to just incorporate into your movements so you are truly getting the benefit of the pose. Beautiful. Now come back to center and just sit and close your eyes for a moment. So when we're in our twists are wonderful positions, not only for just releasing muscle tension, stretching our lower back, giving us that beautiful rotation of the upper shoulders. What it's also doing is there's a lot of internal benefit as well. And some of that internal benefit includes, you know, really kind of putting a little bit of that wonderful pressure on some of the internal organs to stimulate production of certain hormones, and just really allowing our bodies to appreciate and maximize all the wonderful benefits that internally we have available to ourselves. And yoga can give us that time and attention to access it. Beautiful. So just sit here for a moment and just close your eyes. Bring your mindful awareness to your body and just notice how differently shoulders, neck, upper body feels from the beginning of next exhale, go ahead and roll over onto all fours. And from your tabletop position, we're just going to take a couple of natural cat-cows. So inhale and drop the belly, lift that chin, and then exhale and lift that back and come into your cat. This is a wonderful release for the back when you've been sitting in an easy seat position for a while. We've been holding that position for a little while, and just to loosen up the body. Introduce some organic movement into it. Beautiful. So inhale and exhale. And go ahead and just dip those hips around. Go ahead and engage in some movement that just helps you to sort of loosen up those hips and that lower back. Just introducing some movement here. Allowing you to access that part of your body. We don't want to not pay attention to it. That's a double negative, meaning we do want to pay attention to it. Beautiful. Now come to stillness. On your next inhale, go ahead and find your four square position with your tabletop, wrists below shoulders, knees below hips, and then as you exhale, walk your hands forward, bring that forehead or your chin down to the floor into puppy pose. And this is a beautiful yin stretch. In yin, sometimes it's called melting heart. And you just want to hold that position and really stretch out the shoulders. And that's going to give you a beautiful stretch along that back and that front line of the shoulder. Beautiful. And just hold and breathe here. Now in this position, if you are finding that you want to get a little bit of extra stretch, you can bring those elbows down, bring your hands to prayer position, and bring your hands behind your head in prayer position behind your neck. Just hold and breathe there. Beautiful job. Just hold and breathe. And this is just a wonderful release in those shoulders. Just allowing for that release of that tension. It's also really great as just a relaxation technique. There's something, I'm not going to say there's science behind that, but I'm going to say for me, there's something really relaxing about that position and being in that position. Now, some people find it a little bit, can cause a little bit of discomfort. But for me, I find it to be one of the more restful, relaxing poses. Now the benefit, so depending on which end of the spectrum you fall, the benefit could either be while you're holding the pose, or it could be while you enjoy the effects of the pose afterwards. And I will tell you, you're gonna win on either both ends, right? So it doesn't have to be one or the other. If you're like me, congratulations, because I get both out of it. Like, I love being in the pose, and I love the feeling that I have when I release the pose. And I feel that melting heart is one of those that you don't get the full appreciation of it until after you come out of the pose. So really take your time and enjoy this position and hold and breathe. Now, if you have your forehead on the ground, just really concentrate on that third eye. Feel and imagine that beautiful light, beautiful blue, indigo light Breathe into that space. Beautiful. Now from your puppy pose, go ahead and walk back up to all fours and sit back on your heels. And again, come back to your easy seat. And just hold and breathe here. And just take this time to really focus and process how your body is feeling in this position after our stretches, and just enjoying how it feels. And just breathe here. Hi, Chima. Good boy. Beautiful. Just breathe. Breathe and hold. And on your next exhale, go ahead and come to hands and knees one more time. I'm going to turn to the side. And then now go ahead and roll forward all the way onto the belly. Place your elbows a little bit ahead of the shoulders. So you've got a little bit of a stretch in that lower and upper back. Look straight ahead, chin is forward and straight, and come into your sphinx. Beautiful, and just pull a little bit, just ever so slightly, just pull on the floor. Beautiful, and breathe here. Let's breathe into the lower back. Breathe into those shoulders, feel that release. Inhale deeply and exhale. Now some of you, if you feel like you need a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can go ahead and press those arms into the floor and come into seal. Stretch those arms out straight. This depends on where you are today. Beautiful. Breathe here. Breathe here. Few more breaths. And on your next exhale, go ahead and place those hands down the floor. Come into your tabletop. And then stretch all the way back into pose. A couple of options for child's pose. You can have your arms up stretched. Or if you prefer, you can bring them down by your side and come into your standard Flow+Align. Beautiful. Just hold and release. Just feel that release in the lower back from your child's pose. Hold that position. Breathe deeply into that lower back. Excellent. Couple more breaths here. Breathe deeply. Feel the stretch. And your next inhale, come up to all fours. And go ahead and slide down to your side. Come one more time into your easy seat. few breaths here. Nice, long, tall spine. And just enjoy that wave of relaxation that is cascading down from the head, through the shoulders, chest, down the back, all the way through the body. And when you're ready, go ahead and slide your feet round so your feet are flat on the floor, knees are bent, and then roll down onto your back. And stretch your left leg out long and bring your right leg into your chest. And then the bulk of our practice has been focused on the upper body. We don't want to forget the lower body. We want to be sure we're engaging and stretching, that we have equilibrium throughout the body. Your exhale, release that leg down. Inhale the left knee into the chest. Exhale, just pull ever so gently on that leg. Again, we just want to remember that we're engaging our body 360 degrees. Even though we may focus and concentrate some of our movements on certain parts of the body, we don't want to neglect the other parts of the body, because we don't want to be loose up here and then stiff and tight in our legs and our back, right? We want to make sure that we are taking time to give attention to all parts of our body. Go ahead, bring that foot down to the floor, bring your other one to meet it. And then from here, go ahead and bring those knees up towards the sky to legs up the wall. Now, if you have a bolster, go ahead, you can feel free to slide it under your low back, under your hips, and just to raise them up. That really enhances the relaxation aspect. Otherwise, this is mighty nice too, right? You can just sit here and enjoy it. Breathe and rest and relax. Beautiful. And just feel that rebalancing of the blood flow. Excellent. Go ahead and bring those feet back down to the ground. And inhale. Just reset those hips a little bit. Reset your feet. And then as you exhale on down into Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring those soles of the feet together. Spread those knees out wide. And then take your arms up and above your head into a diamond shape. Just breathe here. If the shoulder action is too intensive for you, you can bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. You can keep both hands at your side. But to get that extra shoulder stretch and release, bring those hands above the head and enjoy that shoulder action. Breathe here. So if you feel that the leg action is a little too intense, this is too much stress on the inner thighs or on the hips, you are always welcome to bring a block to support the knees so they're not just either floating or hanging or touching the ground. So if you feel you need to raise up and just have a little bit of release in that area, blocks under the knees are perfect for that. But again, the intention of this position is to rest, relax, and restore, not take you to an edge or to any position that causes you discomfort. So we're beginning our wind down into our final rest. So go ahead and bring those knees back up to center. And then go ahead and bring those knees into the chest and just squeeze for just a moment. And then go ahead and release that left leg down. Grab that right knee and then twist over and across your body towards the left. And then if you can, if it's available to you, look over that right shoulder. Hope my earpiece just fell off. So engage that movement. Just feel that wonderful low back twist. And if looking over your shoulder isn't available to you, that's okay. You don't have to do it. You can just look directly straight ahead, or you can look back over the opposite shoulder. Doesn't matter. This is just so you intensify and just deepen that stretch a little bit more. Beautiful. Inhale back to center. And then bring that leg down. Go ahead and inhale. Left leg up. And then exhale it across the body. And again, look towards the opposite direction if you can, if that's available. If not, that's okay too. Just breathe here. Beautiful. This is one of those positions that feel just amazing. And on your next inhale, bring it on back to center. Bring those feet back flat to the floor. Go ahead and start to bring your heels a little closer to your bum, preparing for bridge. And then inhale up into your bridge. This is just a nice level one bridge. You're welcome to go as deep as your body requires. If you want, you can bring your hands under, roll those shoulders back and get a little more lift in the chest. Depends on what you're looking for in your stretch. Beautiful. Now release on down. And one more time, just bring those feet up towards the sky. Grab those soles of the feet. Come to your happy baby. Take a few moments to release that lower back. Breathe into the space here. pull down on the soles of those feet. Feel that lower back release. Breathe into it. And on your next inhale, go ahead and squeeze those knees into the chest one last time. And then as you exhale, release into your Shavasana, your final rest. Just hold and breathe here. As you lay here, I just invite you to really bring mindful awareness to each part of your body, starting at the crown of the head, forehead and eyes, the cheeks, lips, chin, neck, shoulders, arms, fingers, chest, stomach, hips, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and feet, and toes. Just feel each of those parts of the body release. Allow that tension, any residual tension that you might be holding in your body, to just dissipate into the ether. And in this wonderful relaxation practice, for the last few minutes of the practice, I invite you just to enjoy and relax. And take this time to really nourish your body, fuel your mind, power your spirit. Breathe deeply, allow the breath to fuel you. And allow your body to support you. I invite you to use the last couple of minutes of this practice today to just lay here in quiet relaxation and rest. Enjoy this wonderful release so you can go into your next practice with even more vigor and enthusiasm and a little bit more knowledge than maybe you had before today. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Enjoy your rest. Namaste.